I need that sleep, man.
What time did you get up today?
Like 5:30. And my alarm, I just woke up at 5:31, and my alarm was set to 5:40.
Okay.
So I guess I got up before. A couple minutes after that, it was 5:35. So it was going, and I had to put it on like Led Zeppelin, because that's always super loud whenever my phone rings.
And that gets your ass up.
Obviously, I didn't set it the right way, but instinctively I woke up.
Nice.
So,
what time do you normally wake up?
oh, forget it.
I would assume you're an early.
9.
That's not too early. Okay.
I like to sleep in because I'm still a nightclub guy.
Okay. Okay.
And I grew up in the nightclub business. I was, bouncing at 17. I didn't know I wasn't 18. I was just bouncer, bartender, I was bartender. Then I was running clubs by the time I was 23 years old.
So all in Jersey, right? Jersey
No,
Shore.
all over Jersey.
All over.
I worked in Houston for a while, worked in San Francisco. Fort Myers was the area that I went to where I actually got to run and own a little piece of the bar.
How did the owning happen? Just knowing the right people and having enough money to buy in?
Well, it was my buddy who put the deal together with this conglomeration, because they could see it was a good way to invest money in the nightclubs. If you had a successful one.
Yes.
If you don't.
Still is. If your thing's popping every weekend,
yeah. In multiple clubs. And there was a franchise back then called the McFadden. That was the guy's last name, and he owned like 30 clubs. And they were all around Houston and stuff. And no one had done. Like, I took little pieces from everything, just like I did with wrestling.
Yeah.
In wrestling, I was a little piece of Savage, a little piece of Mr. Perfect, a little piece of Funk, a lot of Jake.
You must have been hyped about that when Macho Man was like, "Yeah, I think I'm taking the diamond cutter today," right?
Dude, yeah, like that
That's
was
life changing.
Yeah, it was ridiculously life changing. You gotta remember when it happened. It happened in April of '97.
Yeah.
And by the time '97 rolled around, we were kicking the WWE's ass.
It's true.
They like to write that story differently. Well, Vince did.
Yeah.
But I think they'd still write it because history is written by the winners.
Yes.
Did you see the killing of the WCW?
Yeah.
I mean, that showed you what Bischoff was dealing with.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't Bischoff just saying it. It's like, these are the tops, they hated wrestling. So how do you have a fucking, Time Warner fucked everything up?
Yeah.
That guy, Jamie Kilner, killed everything. Bischoff had the $50 million raised and was going to absorb everybody's contracts.
I can't even believe Vince was able to buy it for just $2.5 million.
There's such a
I can't even believe a wrestler didn't step up and say, I'll fucking buy it for that
to
much.
me, this was all a play. There is no way. I say Vince McMahon really won the war because he bought Jamie Kilner off. Like, there's no fucking, and I think Brad Siegel was a part of it too. The way he acted in that thing, and the other guy, I can't remember his name, who worked at WWE. Like, there was some serious underground shit in my point of view. Because I was there when Bischoff. If I tell you that I've got the money, I'm buying it, and they tell you got to stay on TBS for 10 years. Like Bischoff, I know Bischoff didn't want to stay on TNT or TBS. He wanted to take it to another network.
Yeah.
And you're going to throw the $50 million and probably at least $30 million in guaranteed contracts. You're going to screw that just to cancel wrestling?
Yeah.
There is no fucking way.
Definitely not. That was always a shady deal, though.
Yeah.
When isn't there?
It all is. Who's suffering for it? The fans.
Of course. Of course. But they're going to bring WCW back.
Say again?
They're bringing WCW back.
You think so?
Absolutely. With this new Netflix deal, the amount of content that they're going to need to provide to keep up with the demand, because now it's going to go in countries it's never been in before. Wrestling's about to have a whole new resurgence that people don't even begin to comprehend. Because Netflix is not like, oh, you're limited here.
But it's a regular time. I guess there is no time slot.
No. They can do whatever they want. First of all, they're going to be going live as well on Raw. Raw's going to be live on Netflix. Pay-per-view soon.
That's never been done.
Pay-per-views soon are going to be on Netflix. There's going to be more specials, documentaries, ride-alongs, all that nonsense. Legends House. They're going to bring back all that shit.
What do they pay for?
Netflix?
Yeah.
I don't even know. In the billions.
I thought it was like 5 or 10 billion.
It's in the billions, but like it's
Well, dude, they paid $5 billion to lease the network, the WWE network, from from the WWE to
Yeah.
put on Peacock for 5 years.
yeah.
It was $5 billion.
lot of
$2
fucking
billion.
money.
I'm pretty sure it was 5 though.
They're about to make more money probably in the next 10 years than they've had. Like they're gonna make more money next year than they maybe made in the last 10. I'll put it to you like that. Like
So on Peacock?
WWE.
Oh, yeah.
They're about to make so much goddamn money.
Yeah.
They already
I tell
are.
you what, there was a time where you thought there was no way that you can outdo what we did.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no way, because the 80s was an unbelievable run, but the 90s was better.
Yeah.
And what these guys are doing today, and I'll tell you what, Cody saw that shit. He saw that shit before anybody did, because it used to irk him a little bit. Like no one's talking about what we're doing.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't. Everything wasn't amped up for it yet. But he saw it, man.
Oh, yeah.
And he said at some point they're going to be talking about ours as maybe the best.
100%.
And now, because of Netflix, it just became everywhere.
Absolutely.
What's going to be interesting, though, very interesting, and this is where AI will come in big time. It's everything that goes on Netflix. Because I know, I had a show on there, Guardians of Justice. And it was, a really crazy superhero type show that Adi Shankar did.
I think I saw a couple episodes.
But they had to dub everything in that language before they put it out.
Yeah.
So you're on live, you can't do that.
No, that's true.
But you will see them.
You're going to see replays, though, in other languages, I'm sure.
I don't know. I don't think so.
If the demand is there, I think.
No. I'm saying that this
Not
will.
live.
I'm saying this will happen. And within the next 2 years, you will hear, because I'm working on something that's going to take my workouts and my inspirational stuff multilingual.
Okay.
I'm starting with Espanol because that's pretty much our second,
Yeah.
almost our first language now here in the States. But
Well, that's smart though. That's how these guys make all their money. Like that, you've heard of that YouTuber Mr. Beast, right?
yeah, sure.
The reason he's so fucking famous and popular isn't just because it's in America and all that. My man has people that goes and take his video and they make it like 50 different languages available.
Right, and
that's why
they're probably dubbing him.
Absolutely.
This is not going to be dubbed.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be where you hear me speaking, and it sounds
It sounds like you're just
me.
talking that language.
Like it sounds like me.
Talking Chinese
Yes.
or whatever. That's
whatever.
That's pretty fucking awesome.
Espanol #1. I have a lot of Spanish people out there who I know want to do DDP yoga, and we've gotten multiple requests. Will you please, put it in? And I thought we were going to do dubbing. Dubbing would cost a lot of money, and wouldn't be really, the ROI wouldn't be there. But on what I'm trying to do right now, I foresee it'll be coming out probably in the next 6 months. So like 6 months to a year.
That's soon.
Yeah. I've been working on it for a while.
That's going to be huge for you, though.
Yeah, it's just again.
It gets you to a whole new level of reach.
Yeah, I'm
because
talking
of
about
the
my
language.
inspirational things, those things you always see up online. All
Did
that
you
good
think
shit.
it was going to turn into this when you started the DDP yoga, or was it just to give you something to do?
Well, first of all, I go back to where I started it. I was out of necessity because I'm the guy who wouldn't be caught dead doing yoga the first 42 years of my life. Now my fucking name's attached to it,
Yeah.
But I did that because I started to go in yoga for regular guys and tried to brand it YRG, but it didn't work. And it would always come back to yoga. People who do my shit call it DDP yoga or they call it DDPY because they want you to know this shit's different. And it is.
Well,
It is.
you see from the results, man. Some of the stories are like crazy that you see these transformations from people.
Yeah, and also, like the first thing on the app is the list. Like, if you just do that motherfucking list and you really want it and you commit to it, you're going to have amazing results. And that's why we have that. Because, we give them basically the yellow brick road. Now, how many people actually do it? You know, all I know is I got a lot of unbelievable transformations.
No, for sure. It's one of the crazier stories that is, I think, in all of wrestling. I think your story, compared to so many other people, the way that you've just transformed your whole business. You know, a lot of these wrestlers don't have what you have. It's very difficult to do what you've done, to create such a successful brand that has positive benefits to the masses.
You know, it's
This is my blog. This is where I live.
awesome. This
The mother-in-law's home.
for me, you know, I was already running nightclubs by the time I was 23. You know, I left the nightclub business to follow this dream where I was making really good money for a nightclub guy, really good money, and I left it for a guarantee of no guarantee of days, $350 a show. That's what Dusty gave me to come home.
Wow.
And my Mercedes is on the back of the friggin' U-Haul, and I forgot to connect the drive shaft, and I blew out the transmission as soon as I got there.
Oh no.
But you know, the birds were awesome, free birds. I learned so much from Michael P.S. Hayes.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's 30 plus years in the WWE. You know, on the writing, and one of the top guys. You know, been there forever.
Well, his experience is like you can't compare it.
There's a guy who really understood the business at a whole different level from like his
Early
team,
on, he saw things that well, there's a reason Vince had him for so many years, because he can see people, he can see things, he can see talent.
You know, I remember the first time, because he didn't really see it in the beginning, but he took him on, and it wasn't one of his favorite people. And they had just acquired WCCW, and you know, Michael was a demigod in Texas. You know, the whole Freebird thing.
Yeah.
With the, you know, the whole, you could just keep that whole friggin', that feud going with the
Von Erichs.
Yeah, the Von Erichs. I mean,
Legendary shit.
it was legendary. And they
You could
had,
still
like,
go back and watch all that stuff today.
absolutely,
And
absolutely. But if you see the best of like they had, they
Yeah.
put together a best of the best of WCCW, and Kevin Dunn had got it and said, Vince, you got to watch this with me. And that, from what I remember Mike saying to me that Vince saw the best of WCCW, and now he wants me to freaking run shit that he's doing.
Wow.
Because he realized the mind that Michael had for psychology, for entertainment, for charisma. If they weren't so, you know, they were, those motherfuckers were cowboys. I mean, they were, you know, drunk every night and friggin' up and ready to go the next day to fucking kick ass.
That's it.
They were special. I was a special group
They
of
fucking
people.
lived it, man.
Yeah, they lived it, boy. And they used to rip me so bad.
I can't even imagine the fun you guys had in the 80s before all these cameras in your face 24/7.
Oh my God, I can't tell you. I'll tell you the one time though, I just was told by Magnum that, listen, we love what you're doing with Bischoff on the color commentate. I'm like the fourth string color commentator with me and Eric Bischoff. And he said, we love what you're doing in production, but we can't let you manage anymore. I was like, what? Where did that come? What did I do? He goes, well, really, it's not your fault. I go, well, it's not my fault. We can fix it. He's like, not really. I'm like, what do you mean, not really? He says, it's you, Dick. It's the hair, it's the clothes, it's the bling, it's the rap. It's like you're taking too much attention away from the boys, and they draw the money.
Yeah.
And Scott Hall had warned me about it. He goes, D, you're just doing stuff out there, Dally. You're doing like you got to tone it down a little bit. And you know, I didn't know how to do that, you know, and I thought he was wrong. Well, I looked at Magnum and I said, Magnum, are you telling me I'm too over the top for professional fucking wrestling? And he laughed and he freaking said, yeah, well, as a manager, yes. But as what we should have done is put a pair of tights and boots in you and see if you could do this. And he kind of laughed and walked away. Now, the Birds had heard about this, right? So this is the only time they were ever, like, incredibly empathetic to, you know, something that was happening to me and whatever. And they were like, hey, bro, sorry to hear it. You know, it's just part of the business. And I looked at them, I was like, by this time, I'd already I'm always figuring out, okay, boom, I go down, I get depressed, get the fuck up. It ain't gonna help anything. What are you gonna do? What are your options? I got 7 months left on my contract. I'm gonna go down that power plant and learn how to wrestle. So I told him, I said, don't worry about me, guys. I'm still good. I got 7 months left on my contract. I'm gonna go down to power plant. I'm gonna learn how to wrestle. And they looked at each other savage like this,
Like you were
looked
nuts.
back at me, looked back at each other, and just burst out laughing. Michael literally fell on the ground. I gave them both the year number 1 sign and walked to the ring to announce them for the last time. The beauty of that was like 91-ish.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly when, but I'm pretty sure it's 91. 6 years later, almost. So it was January 24th, 1920. What was it? January 24th, 1996. And in 96, you still did not see DDP as a fucking main event guy.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna wrestle Sting. Of course, I'm putting him over, so I'm just gonna go over. We got 8 or 9 minutes or whatever it is. I walk in Stinger. I go, "What do you want to do, bro?" He goes, "What do you want to do?" I go, "What I want to do." He goes, "Hey, I see how hard you're working, man." He goes, and I'm blown away. He's like, "What do you want to do?" And he let me lay out that whole thing.
Wow.
And the only reason I know the date is because someone sent me to YouTube. It's up there on YouTube, right? And it said January 24th. And we went out there, and right away I had him go to his finish. You know, the deathlock, Scorpion deathlock. And I got to the ropes, go out to the floor, you know, which got a real go, oh my God, it's already going to be over. Oh, no. That was like the first time a top guy gave me a spot like that, you know.
Wow.
So then because I laid it all out. And of course, then I take his finish. I'm happy to do it. And as we're walking through the curtain, that was the first standing ovation I ever got from the boys. And that's who I've been trying to impress all the time.
Yeah.
Trying to get them to react, but I want to impress these fuckers to know I ain't just fucking here for the fucking donuts.
That's right.
You know?
I'm here to make a statement.
You know, a year from that time, January 1997, of course, my career is exploding. I haven't beat Randy yet, which is going to take it to a different stratosphere, which, of course, was his choice. It ain't mine or anybody's, because he controlled his own destiny.
Yeah.
But in 1997, I get a call, and I hear, "Congratulations." "Jake, is that you?" "Yeah." "Congratulations." I go, "Congratulations for what?" He said, "Reinventing the DDT."
Wow.
To get that from one of your 2 mentors, him and of course Dusty.
That's huge.
Yeah. And it took me a while to get Dusty to believe in me as a wrestler. Jake believed in me way earlier.
Because he saw something.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
If you will have it and people see it, if you're lucky enough that someone notices it, especially the right person, that's all it takes.
And then there's still luck involved and relationships and all that shit, you know.
All right, so that place is right over here. So let's go ahead and put that order in. I'll just pull over right here for now.
There you go. Put it right behind that.
That's your line already.
A line of people waiting to get in?
Yeah, there's already people waiting for you.
Fuck, we'll wait over here in a second.
Yes. All right, so let me call them. Savage here with DDP heading into the wrestling universe. Whoa!
Yes, sir.
He skipped me.
You came comfortable. You're smart. What's wrong with dude? Throw up.
Good to see you, man.
Push you guys right down in the fucking rain.
You got it, man.
Thank you, my brother, for coming.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
What's up?
The rain stopped, but at least we'll go get this thing started.
Thank you for coming, my brother.
My pleasure, man. Where are you, boys? Damn. You guys inside. Getting going right away. Good morning. What's up, bro?
Right.
Thanks, man.
No problem, brother.
So did you watch Mr. McMahon yet?
Of course.
What'd you think?
I thought it was like everything else I've ever seen about him, to be honest. I've seen so many different documentaries they've made on WWE, the Monday Night Wars. I thought it was a collage of everything in one. it's a good puff piece about McMahon. I actually didn't think it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It didn't make him look like a complete monster until like the last 15 minutes of the last episode.
Yeah.
Everything else was
If
like.
you're a regular person watching it, you know, then I get where they'd be, you know, a little fucking hot, you know, because they wouldn't have put any of that shit in. It would have been an amazing puff piece because they want to build the WWE to be on their TV.
Yeah.
They don't want to show it full
If
of
anything,
fucking-
it's just a great history at like showing you the steps that Vince had to go through from A to Z to get it to where it is
100%.
today. You know,
the funniest thing though the funniest thing to me was he's so hot at Ted Turner for buying his competition and shit. Hey motherfucker, where'd you get all your fucking talent from? Oh, everyone else.
Could be.
Kind of funny, huh?
The only thing I didn't like when Stone Cold was talking about the CTE a lot, saying that he said he doesn't believe in it, or you know, he's not a big, you know. I didn't think that was necessarily I didn't even know what place that had in that fucking whole talk.
Well, you know, I think it just showed the concern. WWE is it's completely different than the old days.
Oh, 100%.
Like, and
yeah.
this is why you're not seeing guys die so young and stuff. These kids today,
No, but they don't do a good job of taking care of a lot of the guys from the past that helped them make those fucking millions
no,
of dollars.
dude, I totally agree with that.
Guys
you know?
like Marty Jannetty. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
saying he's a fucking angel, but you know, if anybody could use help, it's a guy like that. Give him his Legends contract. Let him be a nut. You're already out there doing whatever anyway.
Yeah, I think they could be a lot better on that.
You know, guys like that should still have insurance, and like a minor, he doesn't have to have a major deal. He doesn't have to be in commercials or video games, but he's a fucking legend. He should have a Legends
Yeah,
contract.
but when you're fucked up all the time, you can't be that.
Yeah, I
bro.
know.
You can't be. You know, the company is like they have the really strict. You know, if you have come up with any kind of pills in you or anything, you ain't got. They don't go right to the doctor, and the doctor, you know, some doctors can't prescribe for you. So, you know, these guys don't drink the way we did either.
Yeah.
You know, or party.
No, a lot of them don't even party at all. Like,
Yeah, right.
You know, they don't smoke, they don't drink.
A lot of them are straight edge.
are very straight edge.
And
Absolutely.
that's why I think a lot of them are going to last longer and be able to take more punishment on their bodies.
I agree with that.
You know, as the shit they're doing today is amazing. Like a lot of people, oh, back in your day, oh, I go, hey, yeah, our day was great. The 80s was great. The 70s was great. But what they're doing to now, these guys they have the ability to be monster superstars outside of wrestling because of wrestling.
Yeah.
And The Rock broke so much groundwork for us, like for everybody. I think he's fucking amazing.
He's
man.
awesome. He's awesome.
You know, I think he'd be the president if he wanted to.
100%.
But
I wouldn't be surprised.
Why would you want that fucking job?
No. It's
You know?
a fake job anyway.
But I think he did really great to open the door for Cena and
Yeah.
Batista, and they both have
All of
stepped up.
All these guys who have been in movies, TV shows, even Edge benefited from it. He's been in multiple TV shows, drama shows, series, sci-fi shows, movies. You know, I told Marty, my advice was to him, was like, you got to find a way to get involved in something else.
If he could get straight for a couple, it would take a couple of years for Marty to be straight. But if he did,
He's invaluable.
I would believe that he would be an actor.
100%.
You know, and that I would believe that the company probably would give him an opportunity, but he's never done that.
Yeah.
You know?
Not for a long time.
Like, well, one of the things that Triple H told me years ago when I just wanted him to know that I was working with Jake and I was hoping to make a difference. And I said, I don't expect you to go, oh, he's saved. I know how many times Jake has fallen. And he's been good for months at a time.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to know what I was doing, you know, to help, to try to get my brother fucking sober. And he had to do the work. I could just be the guy. And then Scott came in too. And, you know, I ran into Paul over that period out at a radio station somewhere. He said, listen, I know what you're trying to do, and I really appreciate it. It looks like it's really doing good. But, you know, we have this policy where someone's got to be straight for a minimum of a year, you know,
Before they even consider.
before they can even consider them. And it's so right. I mean,
makes
look
sense,
at look what happened with Sonny. You know,
Especially
like
now, the company's so big, they can't take a chance. Of
They
having
can't
more
take a chance.
Bad,
No.
bad press, bad
no,
stories.
they can't. It's too valuable. I mean, all you're going to do is see that company grow and grow and grow now.
Yeah.
Now that they're friggin' really owned by, you know, by,
Well, now it's
by
combined
Ari.
with UFC, TKO, and the company.
Right,
It's huge.
but Ari's the guy, like, and you got to give The Rock a shitload of credit again, because, you know, even though that was Cody's spot, he could have taken that spot if he wanted.
100%.
Because who's Ari gonna want at that time?
Yeah.
Cody or The Rock to go against, you know, and take the strap, you know? And The Rock heard the people. And I mean, I campaigned like a motherfucker for Cody, and I love The Rock, but Cody's my boy, you know, and I want to see him get what he deserved, because that motherfucker made shit happen.
Yeah.
And he is there every night talking to the fans. I watched him do it in AWA or AEW. I mean,
If it wasn't for Cody, AEW doesn't even get off
there's
the ground.
no AEW without.
Cody, well, Jericho too, but Cody was
Well,
the,
Jericho came in after it already started.
yeah,
You know, and Jericho has been a big part of that.
huge.
Like, I'm a humongous Jericho fan.
I've been trying. I would love if you could ever connect me with Jericho.
I wanted to do something with him with Power Cup.
He's a
And he
busy
said,
guy.
No, he's helped me so much with DDP Yoga. He's the first guy to go, oh my God, in 3 months, I got him from can't fucking get out of bed to friggin' headlining with Punk in Miami at Mania. And he told everybody.
Yeah.
That's why so many guys, the reason why AJ Styles does it, Jericho.
Jimmy Hart had given me an idea about Jericho. He's like, listen, because he saw the change in Marty. On tour together, he's like, Marty's different now. Because this is when Marty was sober. I've had him clean for a while. And he's like, I really see the change. He's like, Marty wouldn't have said that like 5 years ago, but he just said to me.
Right.
Little things that he noticed. He said, you should talk to Jericho, because Jericho always does this dark side of the ring. Why don't they start a new show called The Light Side of the Ring, The Bright Side of the Ring? Just something different, positive about someone that wants to actually change their life. I don't know if that's what it would take to get Marty to do anything like that.
Yeah, but you can't chance. They can't really chance that something had something go bad.
Yeah.
Like Austin said it. He said, I never would have taken a chance on Jake, because I mean, he didn't just burn bridge; he blew them up.
Yeah.
You know, he nuked them.
Yeah.
But Jake didn't want to be that guy anymore. You know, and that's a discussion I don't think Marty's really had with himself. You know. And I don't know, because I don't
No,
know.
he has. It's just it's the discipline, man, to really just stay
No,
committed.
100%.
It's the discipline to stay committed to the goal. He wants to actually change. He's said it to me multiple times that he wants to get in the Hall of Fame. He wants to be remembered as a legendary wrestler that isn't talked about drugs and sex stories and bullshit. I got him to stop posting on fucking Facebook. I mean, if you look on his Facebook the last year compared to like last year, man, night and fucking day. But at the end of the day, I still know what he's doing every Friday night, Saturday night. You know, I can't lie to people. Guy was sober for like 6 months, and then he got some bad news for the leg. He got sick. He got through it, and right back to the bullshit.
Well, you see Bagwell, okay? Bagwell was never going to heal ever, until he got sober. For a period of time, like
Yeah.
years.
It takes time. It takes a long time to get that poison out of your system.
It really does.
It's that's why I don't drink. I'm not a drinker at all. The only time I drink is when I'm in Greece or at a wedding, like socially. Like that's it.
That's not drinking.
No, exactly. I don't drink.
You know, and fucking, it's tough, man. You know, it's tough when you're going through that commitment, and you especially if you're not.
He's
around
still
love.
warped in 1980, bro. The golden fucking eras. Because back
That's
then,
every fucking addict.
yeah, like he just wants to relive those glory days again and again and again, which is why he likes talking about the same stories over and fucking over. And I'm like, brother, like his podcast actually has potential if he fucking listened to me and got with the times. So that people aren't going to listen to the same fucking story week after week.
No, they can't.
Like, and you're not going to attract new people. You have to talk about today's product to attract new people.
And back over to today's product, I think today, first of all, like WWE, I will watch because I like certain guys like MJF and Darby Allin.
Jeff's great.
You know, guys are my friends. I watch their shit. But when I watch WWE, I used to just fast forward through everything.
Well,
I
a
don't-
lot of us did. Yeah, you
No,
do what you
today,
want.
but today, you can't fast forward through everything. Like, there's so many good things and great stories. The whole bloodline. I can't wait.
Right
to
now,
see
they're hitting on all fucking. They've been hitting on all cylinders for
the
about.
last couple of years.
I'd say the last 2 years hard.
Yeah.
Like the last 2 Manias were both well done, phenomenal.
But look who see. Vince, as good as Vince, as great as Vince was, he's close to an 80-year-old man.
Yeah,
He still has instincts, but Paul Levesque are better.
he's the guy.
He's fucking 48 or 50 years old, wherever he is now.
He was the legitimate, probably perfect person to.
The perfect, and he's
replace.
straight edge.
Yeah. Smart,
Well-
gets the business. He's been through it. He's been through multiple eras. Was in WCW, came through WWF.
He's got respect for the business.
If you think about it, can you really name anybody who's had like a better like rise from the bottom to the top like of a company? Like it's like saying this McDonald's guy, started working at McDonald's as a drive-through clerk or whatever,
Right.
and now he's a fucking CEO. He's deciding what's on the value menu now. He's deciding what specials they're having. The way this guy went through the company, married the boss's fucking daughter, like it's insane, insane.
If you remember, and they pointed it out in the Mr. McMahon thing, that Paul of the curtain call, I take all the heat. He got buried down to the bottom of the card.
Yeah.
Like losing every night to everyone.
Yeah,
Hell
of a punishment.
And but he had a hell of a comeback too.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to hear Vince talk about how, can't you marry someone, like Paul, not Paul, but like Paul.
That's great.
Because Paul was the guy. They, they're an awesome couple. I love where wrestling is, and it's only going to get bigger.
Yeah.
It's only going to get
I
better.
met Paul twice, always a nice guy. Stephanie.
Class act, dude.
I got a story for Stephanie if you want. I'm 14 years old. I'm at WWF New York. And Stephanie, I'm maybe 15. I don't know. Stephanie's walking through, right? And she's got security guards with her. I see her. I stop her. I'm like, Stephanie, I love you. I get down on my hands and knees. I grab her by the hand. I kiss her hand. I say, Stephanie, I love you. Will you marry me? So she's blushing. She's like, oh, you're so...
You're 14?
14 or 15, I'm a kid. And she's blushing. I got huge dimples when I'm a kid, I'm a little thinner. She was loving it, right? I was flirting with her. She's like, oh, let's take a picture. You're so cute. Let's take a picture. So my friend, he's starstruck at this point. He has one of those disposable cameras.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, Bobby, take the picture. He's just frozen. It's not, Bobby, take the picture. And then he snaps out of it. He hits her in the head, flashes the camera. So next thing you see the big security guy's hand, big black hand come down, judo chop. He fucking, the camera goes flying. My friend's holding his arm, crying. They take Stephanie and they run away. And I'm like, I can't believe you just did that, man. Like, she wasn't gonna say yes, but maybe we could have got free tickets or something, you bastard. That's my story. But I know she would remember that if I ever got the chance to. I had seen her at Mania. I was ringside. I was gonna go talk to her, but I didn't want to. She had obviously they have a huge entourage wherever they go.
They have to, though.
Yeah, of course. But she's so nice. She's like, you'd be shocked. Very down to earth, personable.
She's so nice.
Kurt was another one who I've been planning to work with Kurt now for a while. I booked him for WrestleMania 42 because he's already booked like next year. But he loves me. He loves my wife. We have a lot in common. His kid has autism. My kid has autism. So we do like a lot of talking on the phone. But the first time I ever met him, WWF New York, Vince is coming, Steph, Shane, Linda, and then behind all them, Kurt Angle, right? He's the current WWF champion. I'm like, Kurt, sign my belt. So he stops, and there's thousands of people there, right? And I'm screaming like a maniac. I'm a kid, I'm a fan. He stops, he goes to sign my belt, right? And I had just gotten it, the fresh WWF World Championship, right? So he goes to sign in the middle. I'm like, no, not there. I'm like, that spot's for Triple H.
Oh my God.
And he looks at me like I'm the biggest jerk off he's ever seen in his life. And he gives me like a dirty look, and he's still, he's like, all right, where do you want it, kid? I was like, right here, right? And he remembered that when I had worked with him. He's like, that was you little shit? You'd be surprised at the memory some of these guys have. Man. They remember, even Marty. You know, this guy could be wasted, but he'll remember shit like it happened yesterday. You say one word to him, all of a sudden he has a whole story for you.
Right.
You know, there's not a lot of guys like that left from that era that can like do that for you. You mention a certain kind of food, all of a sudden,
How old is he now?
64. And you say one word to him, all of a sudden pull a Yokozuna story out of his ass that he hasn't remembered in 20 years. You know, when I try telling him, like, everything's content. Like, everything you have to say and do, it's all content. That's why these guys are doing good now on some of these podcasts. And Kevin Nash doing phenomenal with this podcast.
Yep.
Catching up to Jim Cornette, which is kind of crazy.
Well, Kev's always going to speak his mind. Always.
The fans eat that shit up. It's content.
They do.
The fans eat that shit up.
Like
They'll sit there and listen to you for hours.
He's not afraid to say what he feels. And it might change, you know? But at the moment, that's how he feels, you know?
Yeah, but I think he knows what he's doing now. He's got the right recipe for success. Bob Van Dam does a good job with his podcast. A lot of these guys do now.
I'm actually coming out with this out of all the cameos that I do, and I still do a lot of them, over 70% is, can you give me a pep talk? You know, can you help me out?
Yeah.
Can you help me motivate myself? I have to explain to them all. It's not about motivation, it's about discipline. You know, it's about friggin' taking control of your life. And this is how you do it, and I break it down. But, so now, I've been filming because I want to have a bunch in the can because they're evergreen. You know, they'd be
Smartest way to do it.
5 years they'll be good.
Smartest
So
way to do it.
we've already got like 6 shows in the can.
That's the way to do it.
And what I'm going to mix them in with, I did it with this guy. You ever seen SEAL Team on that's on CBS? It was on for 7 years.
It's like it was a TV show?
It's a TV show, and it's one of the actors. I met him at AJ's. AJ did him and him and Cody Jinks. You know, Cody, you don't listen to country, right?
A little bit.
Oh, Cody Jinks is great. He's a killer when it comes to country music.
Safe terminal, right? Terminal C?
Wherever fucking.
Wherever I picked you up.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's make sure we find the letters of Delta.
Definitely Terminal C.
So I went to go. It was a softball thing tournament that they had. It was signing autographs. It's raising money for the veterans, and AJ's doing it. His guy calls me. I'm going to fucking do it, you know. And so I go over there and do that, and I meet this guy Judd. He's one of the guys who was on that show for 7 years. And what a great guy. He used to promote shows and everything in Lafayette, Louisiana. He's an actor, a really good guy. And I've been doing these, what I call DDP's Gauntlet. It's like, what do I do every day? I take you through that. And it has to do with, of course, DDP yoga, power cups, cold plunging, friggin' oxygen training, like the whole nine. Why I could lift my fucking foot over my head and have a conversation with you in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Straight walkthrough of your life day to day.
You know, just I live with the gimmick, you know? And the gimmick's being healthy, but not being afraid to eat meat or have a cocktail once in a while. Because I can do that.
Because you have
Like
discipline.
you can. Yeah. I don't, it doesn't affect me differently. So, you know, I have an interview with them, and then we go through the basic workout, and parts of it are fast forwarded to get to the next thing. The next thing will be also enlightening. And
Are you Sky Priority?
Sky Priority, yes, sir.
By the way, you fly, I gotta imagine you're like
Dude,
fucking.
yeah. There's this program called 360, you know, when you're a Delta, and that's, I'm always gonna fly Delta.
I love Delta.
It's expensive, but
It's the best way to fly.
yeah, it's the most dependable anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Or 5.
Very rare that flight gets canceled.
Oh, here we go, right here. Or 5. 1, yeah, at the end.
All the way down.
Yep, I guess so. Yep. Okay, on our video footage. All right. If you're going to use something, you need to let me know.
Copy that.
All right. No negativity. We didn't have any, but
No.
you never know. You never know how shit can be fucking construed. All right. So if you use something, you let me see it first. All right.
What I'll do is I'll put a link that's private. I'll send it to you,
Yep.
and then whenever you approve
Yep.
it, I can make it public.
Perfect.
I appreciate everything.
I saw
bro.
a retreat in Panama City Beach, right where the hurricane came. 30 miles to the left would fuck me.
Jesus.
But I built a place that was like a bunker, so it would have been a good time. I actually had a standing ovation from the boys in the back, right? That's awesome. And a year later, almost to the day, Jake called me up. I hadn't talked to him in a while. And I hear him say, "Congratulations." I go, "Jake?" Yo guys, what's up? It's me, DDP, and I'm at the Wrestling Universe right now. Come on down, or else. Bang! What was it called?
Expendables?
Not Untouchables. What was it?
Expendables.
Expendables, yeah.
He called me up. He was on the set, and he told me, in a world of alpha males, there is one true alpha male, and his name is Sylvester Stallone.
Doesn't he have something going
You like
on
his
right
new
now?
show? Stallone's new
I
show?
love his
It's great, right?
Medically.
It's the only thing close to Sopranos right now.
It's just, he's just so good. Just being a version of himself, you know? I love watching his stuff on YouTube. He wrote some really cool shit about me a couple times.
His story is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Henry Winkler is the one that got him his break, too.
Right. Unbelievable.
Believe Small World, right?
Look on his couch. Yep, crazy.
Fonzie got him his job.
A long way from there.
Hey, man. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Okay, next one. Give me your right hand. Give me your left hand.
That's cool.
Okay, are you ready for a diamond cutter?
Yeah.
Yeah, get over here. Sell it. Sell it.
Sell it.
You're ready. Are you not sell it? I'll take you to the table, baby.
Yes.
You ready? Get over here. Sell it. All right, one more. Ah! Handsome Jimmy Valiant, when he was with the Valiant Brothers, definitely Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, Dusty.
Dusty, I love, and to think that he would become my mentor and like a big brother to me, it was pretty. At an age when no one ever thought I could do it, it was pretty amazing. Okay, so you need your name on this too again, sub? Okay.
S-A-L-V-A-T.
S-A-L-V-A-T.
O-R-E.
O-R-E. So, Ryan, I'm gonna sign at a fucking. It was back Fanatics before it was Fanatics. I forget what their name was, but I'm gonna freaking sign there now. He's there, so I'm not signing until the afternoon. So I'm gonna get up at 6 o'clock, take an 8 o'clock flight, fly in, catch him as soon as he gets off the fucking, he gets off his post. Gonna get to talk to him maybe, but definitely get a picture with him. And it was like on the tarmac. They stuck us for 4 hours. By the time I got there, I was late for my own signing, but I still ran into the green room looking for Ali, and the place was packed with everybody. 'Cause everybody was anybody's, kind of like we were talking about the other day. And freaking like, nah, fucker, he's gone. And then I hear, and I turn around and it's fucking Ali, he was my fucking name. He goes, "Come here." My brother got this picture. As we're walking up, he says, "Rock up." What's the fucking, like, that was like, oh my god. Got to hang it like 3 different times. It was super cool. When we signed the cover?
That's awesome.
Pop on that.